There is something special about the people who were raised in the 1980s. Most folks who grew up in the 80s look at the world today and feel like they have landed on a totally different planet. It's not because they can't change, but because they remember things that younger people will never understand. A time so unique that even many years later, you still say things like, the 80s were definitely the best decade to grow up in. Or, as one person from the 80s said it so well, we had no seatbelts, no helmets, we didn't even need to lock our front doors. You lived through a childhood that would get parents in trouble today. And it didn't break you, it made you strong. Your brain developed during a very special time in history.
And experts are only now starting to see why you are wired so differently from anyone raised today. The first trait is something psychologists call natural confidence, or what I like to call a built-in mindset. And this one belongs only to the 80s. Think about the world you lived in as a child. The Cold War was finishing, the economy was doing great, Rocky won his fights, the Goonies never gave up. Every song on the radio told you to fight for your dreams, to take on the world, and to never stop believing. The whole culture told you one thing: you can win this. This is why the current era of scrolling through bad news feels so strange to you. Your basic setting is hope. You grew up without fear because the world told you there was something worth being brave for.
The second trait is tied directly to that strong economy. You have what researchers call home alone freedom, which to you looks more like total independence. The same success that made the future feel bright had both your parents at work, which meant you came home to an empty house. You made your own snacks, did your schoolwork or didn't, and figured out your afternoon without a single adult watching you. Children who had regular time alone developed stronger inner drive and better decision-making. Nobody was planning your time. Nobody was checking your work. Nobody was telling you what to do next. You had to find your own path, which you still use today. This is why you can plan, change, and get things done without needing others to tell you it's okay.
You were trained to be strong, working on your own before you even knew what that meant. The third trait is what researchers call a hard work brings rewards mindset, and it shakes everything about how you feel satisfied. You wanted to play a video game? You saved money for weeks, then rode your bike to the arcade. You wanted to hear your favorite song? You sat by the radio for hours, finger on the record button, waiting. You wanted to watch a movie? You physically went to the rental shop, hoping it wasn't already gone. Studies on waiting for rewards show that people who grew up with slow, work-based results developed better self-control. Your brain learned that good things come to those who work and wait, not to those who just click. This is why getting things instantly feels empty to you. Your reward system was built for the journey, not just the prize. You were unstoppable when you wanted something because you knew exactly how much work it took to get it. The fourth trait goes deeper, and it explains why you seem so calm in situations that make others panic. Researchers call it physical world confidence. You grew up when everything was real. You owned things like tapes, records, posters, and collections. When something broke, it was gone. When you lend something out, you might never see it again. You learned the value of real loss and real value, not just digital files that live on the internet somewhere. But it went beyond things. You traveled through the physical world without GPS, without Google, and without a parent tracking where you were. You learned that you could figure things out because you had to. And that confidence doesn't go away. It's part of who you are. The fifth trait is truly amazing. You have what psychologists call being present, the ability to be fully in the room. The 80s were the last decade before everything became content for the internet. You weren't filming every moment. You weren't making experiences look good for an audience. You were just there, fully in it, because there was no reason to be anywhere else. You lived life without digital distractions, which meant you got to experience life on a deeper level, with memories that are clear and strong. You weren't splitting your attention between living and recording. You were completely there. That focus became permanent. It's why you can wait without feeling nervous. It's why you don't need constant excitement. Your brain was trained in a world that needed your full attention, and that's still how it works. Every time you look at today's world and feel like a stranger, remember this: you're not behind the times. You're carrying strong skills that are becoming hard to find. The self-reliance that looks like being stubborn, That's actually being capable. You were raised on freedom, but never got lost. After growing up in the 80s, it makes sense that you feel like you're on a different planet now, because you are.
You came from a world where childhood was still real and physical, where rewards were earned, and where the future still felt like something you could win. It made you who you are today, and that's something to be proud of.